There I am walking into my local GameStop, and I really wasn't expecting much in terms of figures because they usually only have Funko Pops and Marvel Legends, and I usually like SH Figuarts the most. But then I saw it, the first form Frieza SH Figuart. I've been looking for this figure for a while now, but I've only been seeing it for resale, so I was pretty excited to see it in store. Alright, you guys, and before we get too far, I do have an important announcement. So, first of all, we've got a face reveal going on, but I do want to mention that I am changing my name from SH Augwarts to Aug's Collection Corner. And this is just because I want to show off some more of my collections. I got a lot of different stuff that I'd love to show you guys. I've got statues, video games, Pokemon cards, and pretty much just about everything in between. So make sure you comment down below and let me know what you guys are most excited to see. Make sure you are subscribed to see all the new content, and let's get into this first form Frieza unboxing. Now that we got the intro out of the way, let's go ahead and look at the outside of the box. So from the front you can see the Frieza figure and him with his energy blast, and on the side we've got some more poses. And on the back it shows the sticker. We know we got him from GameStop, and the price was $77.99. And I think that was a valid price because there is a lot that comes inside of this box. Speaking of the inside of the box, we've got an extra head sculpt for Frieza, we get the Dragon Ball, we get extra face plates, hands, we get a scouter, his key effect, and of course we do get his space pod and the stand. Here's Frieza outside of the box, and before we look at the articulation, let's take a look at the accessories. Like I said, we get two different head sculpts for the figure. The one on the right is the one that comes attached to the figure, and it's got neutral eyebrows, whereas the other one has more aggressive looking eyebrows. And then here we've got the additional faceplates for Frieza, and so that totals him with 5 faceplates. In addition to the two fists that come on the figure, we get a pointing finger that is used with his key effect, and then we also get a curled finger, which I think is best used with his scouter. We also get a set of open hands, which gives him a total of 6 hands. And then here we have Frieza with his scouter on, and as you can see, it's a translucent pink, and there's really good details on there. And then here is the key effect on that pointing finger. Next up we have the 5-star Dragon Ball. I'm glad they added this. This is my first Dragon Ball from the SH Figuarts collection. And of course what I think we have all been waiting for is Frieza's space pod. And this thing just looks amazing. I love the black paint on it. And then here you can put Frieza's tail and body on there. The head sculpt looks beautiful for Frieza. The top is very glossy, and then the pink spots on his face are very detailed with the sculpting as well as his mouth. Looking at the figure as a whole, they're using the same material on his head for the Saiyan armor, and they have the same sculpting all on his arms and on his legs that they do on his face here. Additionally, the Saiyan armor is sculpted in with these lines, which is great. I really love the details, and I forgot to mention that the tail is also the same material as the Saiyan armor and his head. So let's take a look at the articulation for the figure, and Frieza can move down and in all directions very well. He can't necessarily look up that well, but I'd forgive it because of how well he can look down. And then we'll take a look at his Saiyan armor. It goes up and down just like that on these little hinges. And then I would just say that this one is a little bit loose. It can't really hold its position in the lower spots, but when you put it up, it can stay. But it's fine if you hold his arm up because that's usually how it's going to be posed anyway. So I wouldn't knock it too much. And his arms do have a bicep swivel and a forearm swivel, which gives a lot of posability options for this Frieza figure. His shoulders can go up about this high, and then they don't even really go flat to his body. They just stick out a little bit. Additionally, there are butterfly joints, but you can't really tell because the Saiyan armor mostly blocks it. And as we can see, Frieza does have a thigh swivel and his knees are double jointed, so you're getting quite a good amount of motion out of his legs. And then he does not have any toe joints, but his feet go basically flat all the way back. Like, now we're just going to take a look at how much Frieza can bend. So going forward, he can actually bend very far, and then backward, not as much, but still pretty good. And then side to side, there's not a whole lot of movement there. But then in the legs go up over 90 degrees, no problem. And back, again, not too far. And for the tail, it can go up and down, and then it also has a point of articulation here, and then you can also spin it at the base. Overall, I'm a really big fan of this figure. I think it's fairly priced for everything that's included, especially when we look at what they're charging us for figures like Shallot and Giblet. If any of you guys were on the fence about picking up this figure, I definitely think you should add it to the collection. It's a great piece. And that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace out.
You're nothing but an overgrown monkey!